Hello, Jackson families and staff. Nicole Permelli, Superintendent of Schools, with some important information that affects next school year. As you know, we've had our challenges in our transportation department this year, and Mr. Soto has and his team have been working very hard to address the issues. However, there are some things that really need to change in order for us to ensure that our transportation for next year runs very smoothly. With that, we wanted to ensure we got this message out to you with 6 months' notice. This allows you the time and opportunity to prepare in advance with 6 months. Why are we modifying the school hours for the 2023-2024 school year? Well, as you all know, Jackson is a very large town. It is over 100 square miles and has always required a very tight schedule to ensure our buses can transport students on time to multiple schools and locations. The traffic patterns and the traffic volume in Jackson has changed tremendously. Buses can no longer complete the routes in allotted times and begin their next routes under the current structure. The tiered system of support no longer works. The district has been forced to limit new bus purchases due to budget constraints and the impact of increased bus prices, which means fewer buses on our roads. Frequent late pickups and drop-offs and double backs have a waterfall effect that impacts learning, families, and staff. The district has had success in hiring and retaining drivers due to recruiting, paying increases. However, our shortage still continues of drivers and van aides across the district. Mr. Soto will be speaking next about the many moving parts in our transportation department.
Thank you, Ms. Primley. Again, my name is Christopher Soto, and I'm the Director of Transportation for the Jackson Township Board of Education. I've been here in the district for over a year now, and I want to share with you some of the overview of current busing tiers and routes. Our buses and vans accomplish a myriad of runs and routes each day. Many of our buses, the majority of our buses, we transport all of our high schools in district, middle schools, and all of our 6 elementary schools. We also provide services to some of our non-public schools, and we also provide all of the transportation for our Ocean County vocational programs. For those of you who know, back in 2007, we had to stagger the times for elementary schools to be able to accomplish and provide transportation for all of our students due to a budget issue that we had back in 2007. So I wanted to share with you all some of the examples of some of our bus runs. And I wanted you to look at this slide towards the middle, example number 2. This is a particular driver that has actually 4 tier runs. This driver does a Jackson Liberty High School run, a McAuliffe run, and Holman run, and a Rosenauer Elementary School. This is a very tight schedule. Other factors that we also consider into making these decisions is bus breakdowns, our road closures, our road construction, our driver shortage, and our staff illness. All of these concerns and circumstances causes major delays and often the need for buses to do a double back, which we refer to a bus actually could have the need to drop off their students and then return back to pick up the second load of kids, which causes major delays for parents calling the office and increasing the number of phone calls that we receive in the office day by day. These are just some of the examples of some of the decision factors that we take day by day in ensuring that we could transport all of our students here in Jackson Township Board of Ed.
Currently, it is not possible to provide reliable services under the current schedule. We need to restructure to allow for enough time between runs so buses can begin the next route on time. Late and unpredictable arrivals and departures and doublebacks impacts learning, families, and staff. Parents need stability and predictability in morning and afternoon schedules to juggle their work schedules, childcare, after-school appointments, and activities. Late arrivals disrupt the flow of instruction for first period and loss of learning time. Challenges have impacted every school, including our elementary schools, especially Crawford and Holman. They've been impacted the most. What you see here is the new schedule for the 2023-2024 school year. This new structure will allow for the buses to begin their next routes on time. What you'll see to the left is our current school hours. In the black column, you will see the new school hours for next school year. And in the last column in gray, you will see the difference based on our current school hours. You will notice that the biggest impact you will see is a 25-minute change for Crawford and Holman, followed by the next biggest impact, which is Johnson and Rosenauer by 15 minutes. The remaining areas is a difference of just 5 minutes. During our elementary runs, you will see every elementary school beginning at the same time, 9:10, and ending at the same time, 3:20. We are prepared to have enough buses and drivers to run all of our elementary runs at the same time. What you'll notice here as well is there's an hour between every tier, high school, middle school, and elementary. These changes will improve efficiency and services. We are designing a schedule with more time between each transportation tier. This will allow for more efficient and predictable transportation for our families. New structure allows for a 4:20 late bus at both our middle schools and both our high schools 5 days a week. Currently, we are not offering that, but only 2 days a week. Our child care program will continue to be available 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. We are providing 6 months' notice now to help our families and our staff prepare for this transition for the 23-24 school year.
Thank you, Ms. Pramili. I also wanted to add that in addition to these changes that we're addressing at this current moment, we will continue to improve and continue to aggressively recruit drivers and aides to address our staff shortages. We will continue to use all of our technology, especially our Child Drive system that all of our drivers are using, and to improve the efficiency of how we drop off and we transport students and we pick up our kids. And we also are reaching out to all the parents to help us out with their student scanning and scanning off the vehicles. This will ensure that we will have all the data that we need to ensure that your child is safely being transported, safely being dropped off at school, and also give you some assessment that your child is being safely dropped off at school.
Thank you, Mr. Soto. As mentioned, we felt it was important that our family and staff were aware of these school time changes for next school year so that you would have 6 months' notice to make any necessary changes at home based on your schedules and your child care needs. This is a necessary change in order for us to be most efficient and on time and not affect learning within our schools. We thank you for your understanding. Take care.